Mic check 1 2. I think that's going to be our new start to the McLaren Fan TV special. Of course, why? Because there's another 1 2 once again, and I'm joined with my co-host Mahad from the Pit Stop Fracker. Mic check.
Mic check 200.
Love that. Mic check 200.
200 wins, guys.
Woo!
Who would have thought?
Look at that. And Hungaroring. We're here just collecting 1 2s like it's nothing. 200 wins for McLaren in Formula One. Huge stuff going on there. Big up everybody that's locked in right now. We're here to celebrate and enjoy what was a decent Hungarian Grand Prix, would you say?
Yeah, pretty decent. Healthy margin at the end. Bit of a squeaky bum time at the end as well.
Yeah.
Roscoe and Lando, but just another 1 2, man. We're 4 1-2s in a row now. The record is 6.
Who did 6?
Nobody's done 6 yet.
Everyone's done 5. Like Mercedes done 5.
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Let me just check. We're gonna find out, guys.
We'll go find that out. But yeah,
200 wins. Only us and Ferrari have got over 200 wins.
Yeah, I think Ferrari's like something like 248 or something like that, isn't it? Something ridiculous.
Ferrari in 2002 had 5 in a row.
Okay.
Mercedes in 2014 had 5 in a row. Mercedes in 2015-16 had 5 in a row. Mercedes in 2019 had 5 in a row.
In 19, they had 5 in a row. Wow.
Yeah, Australia 2019 to Spain 2019, they had 5 1-2s in a row.
Wow.
And we're on 4 1-2s in a row. So we can join some elite company. I think we can go now. Is
it Zandvoort next, right? So
Zandvoort, I think we got that bagged. The one I'm scared about is Monza.
That's where Ferrari like to tune up.
So with the illegal engine, they tweet that. Tweet that. FIA yet checking nothing. This is Monza. You're not allowed in.
You're not allowed in. Quick one, man. Before we get into the nitty gritty, I want to get your headline from this weekend's Grand Prix.
It's got to be win 200, man.
Yeah.
As a McLaren fan, this is a landmark moment. To the point where if I went back to like 2020 and I asked you, is McLaren going to get the 200 wins? You would have laughed at me. But look who's laughing now.
Yes, you would have all laughed at me. Absolutely, indeed.
And I think it's absolutely fantastic. What about you?
But it's hard to beat that. You know when both McLaren and Formula One official are like plastering this 200 everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, even Formula One's sort of graphic for the 200 Grand Prix wins put McLaren's to shame. They put in some effort with that one. Do you know what I mean?
They did a mad thing, and I was like, whoa, McLaren, man.
But you know what I mean? Yeah, boy. I was like, oh, what's going on? Because every time I kept seeing it, I kept thinking it was a McLaren account. But then I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, that is that's Formula One, that's F1. So yeah, it's unbelievable scenes, man. Absolutely, that's got to be the headline, honestly, quite easily. Guys, we've got another 1 2. We've got 200 wins in Formula One. Let's see what you guys have had to say about this in the comment section before we get into the nitty gritty of the Grand Prix itself. Zach, 4 straight 1 2s. You don't know, Zach. We've come a long way. Because that's the thing. I feel like we keep doing this. Like, look where we've come from. Look at this. Look at that. And yet, there's more and more things to discuss. Do you know what I mean? Like, something new is broken. Something else is like, oh my God, wait. 200 Grand Prix and 4 1-2s in a row. Like, this just emphasizes what we thought we would be back. Yeah. We did think this on this channel. We thought we saw the hill. Yeah. We saw the long road ahead. But at the same time, I'm getting more bang for my buck. Do you know what I mean?
This is like winning the lottery.
It's sensational.
This is like I just wanted to be competitive.
Yeah.
But this is more than I can ever imagine. And guess what? Yeah, when we were on this channel in 2022 and they laid out the plan, they said 2025 will be granted for both titles. It is 2025, and look what happened.
Here we
Zach
are.
Brown, man of his word.
Here we are. Federico Trigo, what's going on, man? I hope you're good and well. I think the pit crew have been watching MFTV because they got their act straight with both pit stops done in 2 seconds. Listen, I should have saved this comment towards the end, but let me tell you something. I paid attention to those front lefts on both pit stops.
The bloody cameraman did. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But did you notice that the cameraman zoomed in front left? I was like, this cameraman is sick.
They're psycho, isn't it? It's psychotic behavior. But yeah, them pit stops. I've seen a video as well. You know, anything Ferrari can do, we can do better, mate. Like them, because they were putting in twos. They were putting like 2.09, 2.04. They were putting in some sharp times Ferrari in them pit stops, and we responded.
Yeah,
we responded. I mean, we'll get to the ratings.
1.9, top two fastest pit stops in F1 this season,
and in F1 right now, exactly. So yeah, we know where them ratings are going later on tonight. Exactly. Adam Heddle says, "Evening lads, 200th win special, awesome by the drivers. Lando doing one stop brilliantly. Oscar with awesome pace. Strategy good. Pit stops awesome.
Pit stops. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, they were sensational.
They're gonna get the highest score, guys. We already know.
We know this." Adam continues on to say, "Qualifying though was a mystery between Q2 and Q3. Does a car not suit those conditions in Q3? I wonder." If you know, when you think, okay, I think I've got a handle on Formula One. I think I can understand it. I think I know where we're going here. Formula One always does this to me, and it shows me how much I don't know. The more I see, the more I don't know. Honestly, qualifying, we'll get into that discussion as well. Yeah, who knows? Mystery is a correct word, Adam. I think mystery is a brilliant word. Steph says, "Hi guys, Hungary was great. The first Grand Prix I had. Yes, you were there, weren't you? Of course you was. I had a great time. Was stressed in the first half of the race, to be honest. The only race of the season I attended almost was a Ferrari win."
It was nervous. I bet you was nervous on the first stint. You saw Leclerc pulling away, and you was like, "Oh,
mate."
The boys brought it home.
The boys brought it home in the end, but we'll have to talk through the pain of that first stint. We have to get through that. Okay, we'll get through that tonight. Z says, "Hello everyone. Shout out to you, Jack Shikari. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Good evening. Happy Papaya 200 to you both. Happy Papaya to you as well, mate. 100%. Amon says, "What's up, guys? Ella, hope you're doing well. Hi guys. We've got our fourth 1-2 in a row. People are drinking it in. Drea, of course, 200th win, fourth 1-2. It's dreamland. Brilliant race by both drivers. Brilliant pit crew. I need that breakdown. I need that break now. My nerves and heart rate were going through the roof." Yeah. Let us know in the comment section if you lot are ready for the break. Are you ready for the summer break in Formula One? Let us know in the comment section. Nonvoyo, what's going on? Fastest pit stop in the season. 200 wins, another 1-2. What a great time to be a McLaren fan. And you know what? When we're seeing these comments like this, you would be remiss to think that this was actually a plain sailing smooth weekend, because it was far from that.
It was up and down.
It was up and down.
Really was.
Sure. It was up and down.
Like this car, the MCL 39. The pace always comes at the end of the stints, man.
Yeah, man. It does.
No fuel there.
Jack goes on to say, "This season is a special one, and we should enjoy every moment of it. 100%. We used to dream of ties like these only a couple of years ago." Yeah, man.
100%.
We did. Rosa also here saying 200 wins. What a journey. Absolutely. History with an exclamation point. Absolutely. Says, "Who wants to groove?" You know, people are living it and loving it. Hashtag in Stella we trust. Shall we get into the business? Shall we get into this? In my opinion,
can I just say this? Lando's win, Miami 2024, was win 184.
Wow.
And we're on 200 now.
Miami last year was 184.
2024 was 184.
Oh, 24, sorry. Oh, wait, yeah, 24, yeah.
184.
God, that's crazy. Oh, it's crazy. I like this comment here. Who Wants to Groove says, I love how understated Stella is. During the post-race interview, my guy was just cementing his name in McLaren history, and he's acting like as chill as Oscar.
He's the GOAT, man. Stella we trust, man.
You know the Italian stereotype where it's all passion and it's all like, you know what I'm saying? It's basically Ferrari, where it's just all passion, it's all like emotion, not real logic going on most of the time. It's just everything's on fire. And yet he is like the complete, I mean, and to me, he's still very Italian in that way, obviously. Yeah. But like, it's that thing of like, listen, you just wait, guys. Everyone can keep talking, let them go. You just wait. Our time will come, and when it comes, we say thank you and we move on to the next one. Do you know what I mean?
Look. Can I just say this? I'm just looking now. I think this encapsulates the journey McLaren's been on. Yeah. So, like I just said, Lando Norris is win 184.
Yeah.
Daniel Ricciardo is win 183. Jensen Button 2012 was win 182.
Oh my days. Oh my days. Really?
Yes.
Guys, we've come from far. Yeah. So drink this in. As Jack mentioned earlier, mate. You drink every moment of this in. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of it though. Thank you very much for your comments. Do make sure you do comment below. Trying to think where to go with this one. Which driver to start with first? I guess. Look, let's talk Lando Norris. He's the race winner. He started P3 at the Hungaroring. Qualifying for McLaren as a whole was something. But what do you think? What is going on with Lando Norris P3, right? What is going on with him there? What happened?
Well, when you look at Q1 and Q2, it looked like we were going to run away with it.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking I don't even need to watch the rest of this because I know what's going to happen. Especially Q2 when you see we got into the 114s and nobody's even near us and we're like 6 tenths clear. It was like this is in the bag. Either Oscar or Lando is going to get this pole and we're going to walk away with this.
Yeah.
But I read something. I think it was in Auto Racer Italia. And basically, our straight line speed from Q2 to Q3 went from 318 kilometers an hour to 308. And that's because of the wind.
Talk to me there.
And I said, huh? The wind impacted our car that much? Where obviously, of course, we're not known for straight line speed or anything like that. But I think the fact that the conditions and the wind changed direction impacted our straight line speed so much, and I think Ferrari already had like a kind of lower downforce setup compared to us. It really hampered us on the straights because both drivers said, "Yeah, my lap felt all right."
So
I don't know what's going on here. Why have I lost 6 tenths from Q1 to Q2 to Q3?
Honestly, I mean, is this the windiest track of the season?
No, Zandvoort is.
No, so I'm saying so far, like, have we just found out this? Did we just find out that windy weather, do you know what I'm saying, is a thing for us?
I don't know. I don't know whether that's a weakness for the car. Obviously, the known weaknesses that we know about is the straight line speed and the DRS basically don't work.
Yeah.
So we're aware of that. But the wind impacting us, this is news to me. Absolute news to me. No idea.
Yeah, I mean, I was gobsmacked by that. I was completely shocked by that was a thing for us, that's something that we would struggle with, or we would, because as you say, 6 tenths, Mahad, from Q2 to Q3 is insanity.
Yeah, that's where you can't really attribute it to the drivers.
Yeah, no, because both of them, like, as
if it was like they both lost a tenth, then maybe it's driver error.
As in just not being able to, as in not being able to.
If it was like half a tenth for a tenth, and then Leclerc nicked it, you could say, "Oh, they made a mistake on their lap or something happened." But to lose that much of time, and obviously the temperatures drop in, track temperature and stuff like that. Obviously that brings other cars closer to us. But just in general, it's not a normal drop off rate. A lot of people didn't go faster in Q3 than they did in Q2, but for us it was alarming.
Yeah, just our drop-off was horrendous. Norm says, look, honestly, both guys got affected in qualifying, so I'm not going to read into it too much. So I just lost that comment. Drea says, look, the wind happened and temperatures dropped like 15 degrees. And other teams are closer into cooler temperatures because our tires are not overheating. They only have an advantage only in the heat. Norm goes on to say, look, I think it's just a sudden change of wind, because the whole grid was affected. Charles did a good job. Rosa says, look, I think it's less to do with the car and more to do with the drivers adapting to the change in the conditions, because Charles, Alonso and Russell were close. So this is an interesting conflict of opinions here. You're going more so with the car because of the fact that
I initially thought it was that.
What Rosa said in terms of like, it was more so the drivers.
They drove exactly the same in one condition that they did in another, and they didn't really adapt to the wind blowing in a different direction. That's what I thought initially. But then when I saw whatever that article was regarding the straight line speed, I thought, okay, maybe it's more the wind.
Yeah.
We're already down on straight line speed. We can't be down another 10 kph.
No, that's true.
Your lap's just going to die.
It's true. So what about Lando's race? I mean, how did he win the Hungarian Grand Prix?
Hail Mary strategy, I'd say. Qualified P3. Initially got a very good start, to be fair, off the line, to the point where he was right next to Oscar. But then he made a business decision, I think, because he kind of got boxed in. Oscar kind of guided him out wide, which he's entitled to do. And then Lando had to decide, okay, am I going to try to squeeze it in this gap, like how I tried to do in Canada, a gap that doesn't exist? Or start banging wheels with Oscar? Or do I make a business decision there and just kind of back out and then live to fight another day? Obviously, when he did back out and braked early, then he lost position to Russell and Alonso. So he was kind of snookered from that, but we did a really good job to get past Alonso quickly. But once he got to George, it was basically, I'm condemned to fourth place because I'm not going to overtake this car because they got better straight line speed. So good thinking on the feet of the team to just say, okay, we'll do a one stop and try to see if we can get ahead of Russell and possibly ahead of Charles. But it turns out that the strategy worked too well and put him in the lead. But that's due to, I think, Lando had really, really, really good pace on the hards at the beginning of the stint. Yeah. And then at the same time, he kept them alive to the end of the stint. That's like a dream scenario for Lando in terms of his driving style and what his strengths are as a driver. And it kind of played to all of his strengths, and he managed to execute it. So, yeah, Lando got a win, got a bit hairy at the end with the back markers and everything that's going on.
Yeah,
but he'll be satisfied that him and his side did a good job on the pit wall to kind of recover a less than optimal race start at the beginning. Yeah,
I mean, what about that start? Because what was going on there? I mean, he started P3, and I nearly put P5 on the banner because it missed me that he actually started P3 because of how horrendous that start was, and the fact that he dropped those couple of positions back, and it doesn't feel like Lando starts well in some of these races. I have a feeling like he's always working from deficit, and listen, in the end he's won the race. He's done a great drive.
Yeah.
And this is not necessarily, I'm not trying to say let's get critical of him, but something's happening here where just like, the common thing is not being put in place. He's not doing the small things well that I expect him to be good at. How is it that we are still, like Lando Norris is 9 points behind Oscar Piastri in the championship.
Yeah.
And there is a reel of compilations in terms of the mistakes he's made this year, in terms of the bottle that people say about him and all this, that, and the other. How is it that he's still 9 points behind? How is it he's still able to win the races even with the mistake or the mistakes? Like, can you help me?
Because he's very, very fast.
And just being fast is gonna outdo the mistakes.
I don't think, to be fair, I think he made a decision at the start. He had a good start. He had a better start than Oscar. And then he got boxed in. And then it's like, if that's another car that's not Oscar, he's going to try to go through the gap. But it's Oscar, you can't. These papaya rules, you cannot make contact. Right, so he's like, do I want to get cooked by Stella and Brown on the pit wall for making contact with this guy?
Yeah.
Or do I have to just hold the L? He made the L. We hold the L. And if we do talk about, obviously he made mistakes. He had the issues with the suspension and not having the feel and stuff like that. He had a bit of errors, and obviously with Spa, we spoke about the errors. That's nothing to do with anything. That's just more concentration, But his speed is getting him out of situations. His speed is getting very out of situations.
Is it second phase again with him?
No, it wasn't even second phase. He got off the line. The fact that Oscar had the bad start. Oscar was nowhere near Leclerc.
I guess because Oscar kind of shuts the door on him, right? And
Oscar saw it and said, "Nah, shut the door." You know what I'm saying? So,
no, I'm saying Oscar had a bad start and had to defend from Charles, so obviously moved Lando back. Okay, maybe I have to look at that over again because I just had my eyes on the two papaya cars, right? And I'm seeing one defending. Maybe didn't even clock that the start was actually as bad as it probably was. One was defending. The other one, who looked like, okay, I'm going to gain here. Why am I getting overtaken by two cars?
Okay, so we spoke about last year
in Hungary.
Okay, yeah. Look at the start. Look at the starts last year. Yeah, a lot of them were that the whole second phase stuff.
Yeah,
getting off the line, whatever. But one thing I'll say about Lando, I think maybe in just the ground effect there and stuff like that, he don't want first lap contact. He's head loss. If he loses the front wing, whatever, he's overly cautious, if that makes sense. He don't want to touch you. Right? Do you remember Spain a couple of years ago, 23?
I do.
And Hamilton clipped his wing.
Yeah.
He was absolutely livid. He said, I wasted quality.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be a little bit too aggressive on the opening. Saw it in China as well. Got aggressive. Tried to go outside of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Lost a bunch of places. Obviously, it's about finding the right balance. I won't say he's perfect tire or anything like that, but I think for the situation in Hungary, I think he made a business decision. What? Go wheel to wheel with Oscar and risk something, or get overtaken by the other two guys.
Yeah.
That's if you watch it again.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really get people saying, "Oh yeah, he had a bad start. He got rewarded for it." Listen, do you know what's even worse? If he crashes into Oscar.
I mean, tell Oscar that as well, because Oscar at some point nearly forgot the papaya rules with them locking up.
We'll speak about that later.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's see what some of you guys had to say here. Rosa says, look, there's a quote about Lando's wins in Silverstone and now Hungary, which says, Lando won because he had the balls to lose. What do we think about that? Oh, that's a strong line.
Well, there's a quote about Lando's win in Silverstone and now Hungary. So
saying that Lando has the balls to lose. What do we think?
That's a very interesting quote.
Is that making the difference at the moment?
I think he's a business decision guy. I think he's a very much of a thinker, man. He does less burnouts on his formation lap than anybody else because he wants to save tires. He thinks about this stuff. He thinks about long term rather than in the moment. And a lot of drivers think about in the moment. A lot of people just drive about, okay, what situation is presented to me, and then I react to it. But Lando's a lot of, okay, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? And he does a lot of precautions.
Is that easier from the position he's in because he is P2 in the Drivers' Championship?
Yeah, and he knows that car's fast and there's no other threats. Max ain't about. Charles ain't about.
Yeah, Max is not about.
He's not, in his mind, he's thinking, as long as I drive fast and I'm either in or around Oscar, I've got a chance.
Yeah.
By the way, in this race now, the second he realized, oh, I've got clean air, all I need to do is drive fast. That's my only objective now. I'm on the hard tires. I'm doing all stuff. All I have to do is drive fast and manage the tires. That's the two things he's good at.
Yeah. He's very good at those two things, for sure. Basically play to his strengths, really.
The way this race played out really played to his strengths.
Yeah.
Agreed. So he managed to execute the win.
Rosa, I haven't not noticed your display picture. A McLaren ahead of a Ferrari. You're in the Hall of Fame. You're in the Hall of Fame. Just know you're in the Hall of Fame. Just so you know. Drea says, yeah, I think the start was a little unfortunate. And he had just wanted to survive the first lap. Fair enough. But it was a brilliant race after that. Nom says, can you imagine if he didn't make mistakes? I mean, he could be flying. He could be absolutely gone. Who Wants to Groove says his start was off the line was good, but then he seems to have PTSD with the second phase, defending the wrong way against the wrong cars behind him. Interesting.
I don't think he was even thinking about the cars behind him.
I don't think so either.
He saw an opportunity, and he's like,
interesting point though.
Slow, let me get him.
Yeah.
And then he forgot Oscar's gonna he'll put you in the pit wall. We don't care, bro.
He'll put you in the wall, boy.
He closed the thing, man. He said, nah, you ain't doing that.
You ain't doing
Sorry.
that, boy. You ain't doing that. Rosa said he had a great start though. He just had a bit more cautious into turn one than Piastri because of being ahead of him. Ryan P, what's going on? Oscar shut the door on Lando, costing him positions at the start. Lando gives too much room to others. Yeah, interesting scenes.
Do you know what? If that wasn't Oscar, let's say for example that was Charles or Russell, whatever, I'd be like, you have to go repair. you have to
get aggressive and go for it.
You got to get aggressive with the guy. But because it's Oscar, it doesn't really. It goes against whatever rules they. This is the bad thing about doing a title fight against your teammate.
Yeah.
There's certain things you can't do.
There's certain things you can't. Yeah, that's exactly it. But then again, does that rule still apply if the Constructors is done? Because normally teams are thinking about that Constructors Championship. So if you cost me 25 points here, 18 points there, whatever the points, whatever the points haul might be, 30 points, does it matter now? Does it really matter?
I think now the dynamics changed. I've seen evidence now.
What are you saying?
Because I'm not particularly happy with the divergence of strategy. This is just me being as a neutral.
Oh, okay. Let's hear this.
Because, if you want everything, if you're going to do like a 2014 Mercedes, Rosberg, Hamilton, there's no way you can diverge strategy ever. But if you are going to do a 2007 Alonso Hamilton thing, where you got your side of the pit wall and the other side of the pit wall, and you're going against each other, trying to up each other with a strategy, you got to say it now. You got to be public about it. That these guys can have different strategies. They can start on different tires if they want to, stuff like that. Yeah, and they going into that because once you can go into that realm, once a Constructors is secured, and apparently we cannot race until Kota and still be in the leader of the championship. We could take the next couple races off.
We can sleep.
So and now I've seen evidence of Spa and with the different tires, and now this race with the one stop. I think you can just tell these guys, you could tell Tom Stallard and Oscar, you could tell Lando and Will, okay, you guys, you could just do your thing.
Yeah.
Do whatever strategy you think is going to make your driver win the race, right? If that's the case, then I'll accept it. But they have to be open with it. It can't be like a double standard type of thing. It can't be one race, you guys are going to stick to the same strategy. You could just get next to each other. And then another race, you could do different strategies because you're away from each other. So I think it just needs to be open and clear now that, okay, it's just between you two. There's nobody else really in the picture. Constructors is wrapped up. You can go on you can diverge.
So you think the understanding of, say, Oscar, for example, is that the strategy would be the same for both drivers? Or, vice versa?
No, I don't know what the conversations are behind closed doors, but I would say in a normal, if we're doing a Mercedes-like scenario, you have the same strategy. Unless you're far apart on the road.
Mate,
Let's say if Lando was like 8th and Oscar's 2nd, then you have different strategies because obviously Lando has to get from 8th to a higher position, right?
I mean,
but if you're near each other on the road, I think you should be doing the same strategy. But if that's the case that they're employing something else, then they have to be open with it and say, yeah, let's do it from now on. Because if they're not concerned about anybody else and it's just these two, but because I think people need to understand that strategy really influences your race.
Yeah.
Strategy can determine if you win or lose. So, to the point where it's like, if it's kind of like, I don't know. Some people say, yeah, it's like 70% drivers and strategy is a part of that. And they say the car, whatever. If you're both in the same car, strategy is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
And if you're having different strategies, then it's like a chessboard, isn't it? Between Lando's side of the garage and Oscar's side of the garage.
It's interesting, man. I wonder I wonder how I feel about it all, because you're bringing it to my attention. I'm not even entirely sure if I have a preference as to how they go about their strategy, whether should they both now act as competitors, like fiercely, like both garages act like they're from different teams, or should they combine and then let the best man win type of deal? Interesting. I
think splitting strategies, I'm fine with it if they've said it. If they're good, I think that's the evidence now. I don't need to hear anything. I think this is what they're going to do going forward. I don't think they should hide stuff in terms of data and stuff like that. I don't want it to get to that realm.
We've been there. We've been burned before, haven't we?
I don't want it to be like, we're hiding data from who was faster, the hards and mediums in practice and stuff like that, and it gets all secretive. I don't want that side. But then it's a really, really a team effort. like, because if we're looking at it, like this race here, if you were looking at Oscar's strategist, if we're looking at Stallard and that side of the thing, they got distracted by Leclerc.
Okay.
And that's the reason why they lost the race.
Okay. You've brought up the Leclerc of it all, because I was wondering when we will get here. I didn't know where to bring this thing. I want to hold that Leclerc talk for just a second, because there's been a lot of comments and you guys have been brilliant. Can you guys smash a like on the video as well? Sub to the channel if you haven't already. Z says, I think people have a bit of a habit of inflating the bad starts. And as the starts seem to be, they are bad most of the time. Yeah, the starts, I think you're probably right. They are a bit inflated because we had a series of actual fair comment on it. And I think over time it became like, now it's being a bit of a joke. Rosa says, Lando's issue is being too cautious. We mentioned this already. The problem is Oscar had the bad start and had to defend from Charles, so moved Lando back. I don't think it was a bad start either. He was just potentially making contact, just, afraid of making contact with Oscar. Rosa says, George himself said that he was aiming to make sure that Alonso passed Lando to keep Lando behind. Steph said he said in the press conference that he watched a lot of versions of Turn 1, so he obviously had his clued up on that. Nom says Lando will avoid the first lap crash at all costs. He'd rather lose places. Drea says and that shows some confidence in his pace, doesn't it? Drea says he's very cautious person and always looking to not make any contact. He is thinking of the long game. Makes sense in my mind. Shout out to Sarah Harris. Hope you're doing good. I think his time in the midfield has made him more cautious of the first lap incidents that are more likely, for sure. Nom says he was bringing in he was banging out those fastest laps for sure. Who wants to groove Lando into Turn 1? It seems most of the time he risks reward based off the fact that he knows he has a faster car during the race. So why risk it when you can pass them later on? Yeah, Mahad, I think you get Lando Norris. You seem to, you study these people. You know what I mean? You study your drivers. Norm says, yes, it does. They reminded me of Oscar later on. Rosa says, if it was the other drivers like Max, I don't see Lando successfully getting past in Turn 1. Too cautious. Love his management races though. Sure. Drea says none of our drivers thinks about the constructors anymore. They are now here to fight for the world championship, drivers championship, and I think the team and them made rules for that, and they are free to go garage against garage. Rosa's saying, look, so what's the case now? Should the race be won based on Turn 1? And
that's true. If you had the same strategy, that's true, and it would become a kind of a qualifying thing, a qualifying championship. Whoever qualifies first is going to end up winning the race, just because the person behind has to do the exact same strategy with a worse pit stop sequence. You have to pit after.
Unless that outlap, that sort of in lap rather, is world class from the driver in second place. Do you know what I mean? This is world class, yeah.
And it's like you're dooming them to have that strategy. But in the case of like strategy against strategy, I'm happy with that. It's obviously it's changed. If you asked me at the beginning of the season, these guys were not divergent strategies. The more it's become apparent that the constructors is wrapped up and everything like that is done, and it's just used to. Then what divergent strategy when Verstappen was in the picture?
Yeah, no, that's true.
But now you're gonna have garage against garage. Yeah. I think the only thing that will apply now is papaya rules. Don't hit each other.
Yeah. Nom says, I don't think it's the same. They both went into the race with the same strategy. McLaren just wanted to make sure Lando gets on the podium. It's a good point there.
I don't think they went into the race doing that. I think that was a Hail Mary. I guarantee Lando didn't go into that race thinking I'm doing a one stop.
It was a Hail Mary from P5, but then also the fact that Leclerc's first stint was mega. Yeah, it was absolutely mega. Jean Cartier, what's going on? Says the championship's going to the end in Abu Dhabi, isn't it? Yeah. Do you see that happening? Do you think that could happen? Yeah. I never thought of it, but look, we'll race, what are we, 14? Race 14 out of 24, 10 to go. Maybe.
It might go to AD, but someone's already technically just needs to finish or something like that.
Yeah, finish
You know,
P5.
just finish like P5 or something. Just need to score points, something like that. I don't think it's gonna go to AD. I think it will pretty much be decided in Qatar or something.
Yeah,
the race before Vegas, maybe.
Let's get through these last couple before we turn our attention to Oscar Piastri. I'm okay with what they are doing, says Drea. Oscar wasn't surprised about Lando's one stop, so I'm sure they talked about that, and Stella confirmed that they will go that way forward. Okay, so I guess talking beforehand, knowing what's going to be taking place, and then going from there. If some people want to gamble, they can gamble. Ella says, I saw an article about Stella said that both drivers are aware that there can be diverged strategies.
Can you drop the link of the article?
Send on, please.
If you guys have the link.
Even Sarah's saying the same thing. Stella has already come out and said that they're going to keep allowing split strategies going forward. Okay. McLaren won't always try to go for the win. Won't McLaren always try to go for the win if the only option is to change strategy mid-race for one driver to get that win? Then what? I
think that's what was happening yesterday. I think Oscar's side was going for the win initially.
Yeah,
they were just like, okay, how do we get in front of Oscar? How do we get in front of Leclerc?
Right? Yeah,
and didn't see what's going on the other side of the garage. And then halfway through, Oscar realized that I just want to finish ahead of Lando. I don't care about winning the race.
And I think
I just want, even if it's P2, P3, I just want to be ahead of Lando. That's what that matters.
But it felt like by the time he thought about that, because these radio messages were a bit too much. I don't know what you think, but by the time,
Oscar side of the garage,
especially Oscar side of the garage, there was a lot of questions getting thrown, as opposed to this is what we're doing.
Yeah. We spoke about this before, though. Both sides, like, we need more. This is what you're doing, rather than questions.
Yeah, because a lot. But by the time I think Oscar got to that point of let me cover Lando, it almost felt like it's a long shot now. But Lando shouldn't be the person. It was almost like Lando shouldn't be a challenge in this race. Like Lando shouldn't have been a challenge in the first place. If you're Oscar.
Yeah, but Lando brought himself into the race with his pace because he was mega.
But then when Oscar
when they went on lap 30, whatever, when Oscar's halfway through his first stint or second stint, whatever.
Yeah,
he sat at the garage should be thinking, this guy's going quick, isn't he? You need to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
And they deliberated about a one stop a couple times, but obviously it just didn't fall in place. I think racing is just what happens. This is just one of those things, man.
No, but
this is how it goes. Like, at the beginning of the stint, at the beginning of the race, me and you thought, okay, yeah, Leclerc's dunking on us. We're done. I thought in my head, I started thinking about the future. I was like, oh, Ferrari's fast now.
Yeah. Oh, mate, let me say something.
Ferrari's fast now. Ferrari can match us. Because there was a bit where it said, they told Oscar, oh yeah, full pace now. The guy gained 2 tenths, man. He didn't even go. He didn't catch him. He didn't catch Leclerc, man. I said, what?
Well, Leclerc was gaining 2 tenths on him. Nah, man. It got scary hours quickly.
Yeah.
That first stint. I said, what is going on here? It's one thing for Charles Leclerc to be on pole and start the race. We know this record of Charles, yeah? No disrespect to Charles, but we know that record. But in true Ferrari fashion, for it to go from stint 1, Ferrari are gone, to let's just make sure we get 2 and 3, because I think that's how some of us were thinking at that point. P2, P3, please. Let's just make it happen. To the point where Leclerc saw the podium leave before his eyes whilst he was P1.
Yeah.
Bear that in mind. He was leading the race and he says, we will be lucky to get on the podium. I said, something's going on there. Something is going on at Ferrari that needs a Netflix investigation. It needs a proper thorough search in there. Because Hamilton looks like he's about to commit suicide, and Charles Leclerc, who starts on pole, is grasping for a podium at the end of the race.
I can't know, but the radios for Charles Leclerc is very troubling.
Guys, pay attention to it, man.
I'll be like, huh? I said, huh? But to the point where if Charles did what he did in the opening stints for the rest of the race, I think they might have got disqualified. I don't know what's going on with that car.
Man,
I don't know what's going on over there. Forget that.
But how do they keep getting it wrong though?
I don't know,
But Mahad, every year Ferrari have something illegal in that car every year. Or they go from 0 to 100 or 100 to 0 fast. Do you know what I'm saying? Fast. Oh, let me tell you, reincarnation, 100%.
I saw Russell catch Leclerc and I said, what's going on over there, man? Has he got damage?
Mate, Mercedes had a stinker over the weekend.
Did you see the gap that Leclerc had on Russell? Now look.
It was ridiculous. It's
ridiculous. So, I don't know, man. Obviously, they're thinking about something about the plank or something and running it too low and all this stuff like that. Just they got Hamilton and they're suffering, man. We were sad, man. We treated it like a funeral. We knew. When he said the guy to Ferrari, we said, oh man.
I mean, he dressed in black opening day.
The same team that butchered Vettel and Alonso. This ain't the team, man.
If you don't learn from your enemies, they forget about it. If you don't learn the mistakes of your enemies, Lewis, you have to suffer. I'm sorry. I think
for McLaren, remember when they kept going to the pit wall? They were baffled. They didn't know why Ferrari were faster the first thing. They were like, what's going on?
Yeah, Zach Brown.
I think they fully expected Oscar to just overtake him.
Do you know what? Zach Brown, full transparency. Yeah, we don't know where that pace has come from. When they pulled him up on Sky, during the race, the guys probably figured I need to get off this call because I need to find out what is going on outside because we have no clue where that pace has come from. We don't know what's going on. But then, but what makes it even more funny is how the drop off. I think Drea says it here. The pace fall away from in stint 3 is just, I just thought that's the Ferrari right here. This is another example of them where they surprise us with this unbelievable. I mean, the fact that they got pole was like, whoa. Then the first stint, you say, okay, you can turn off the TV now. You're ready. You can if you're a McLaren fan, you think, okay, this race is ours. Turn it off. See you later. And for Steph, who was there in the Hungaroring, I can only imagine what you was going through at that moment in time. But yeah, as you say, you know, shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Ella. You just sent us the article. Thank you.
Dunno.
On the Twitter account. So thank you for sending that.
Excellent scenes.
This is interesting because I don't want to hear nobody, if you're an Oscar fan or Orlando fan, saying, oh yeah, but you had the worst strategy. That's on your side of the garage, mate.
Yeah.
If you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
That's how it is now, man.
If
it's clear that you can do different strategies, it's part of one side of it's part of their team. That's what they did.
Yeah.
If it's like playing chess, you can't cry that you lost. If one strategy is better than the other one, we should have done their strategy. You did separate garages now.
It's a lot of things, man. Let me just do one comment on here on Lando Norris. Shout out. Where are you? Shout out to Sophia. What's going on? Hi, guys. Lando took a gamble by deviating from the preferred strategy. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. It didn't help Lando last week, and it didn't help Oscar in Austria. Charles had great pace in the first 2 stints, and nobody could have predicted the downfall from there. Sophia, you can predict it. You could just throw money at it because
I get what you said. You can't predict it, but
listen,
it's kind of Ferrari, so you can predict it.
If you said to me if Max Verstappen was in front, if it was Fernando Alonso in front, I'm with you. George Russell in front, I'm with you. The fact it was Ferrari. And when Charles, like Charles' radio had so many words, like they didn't even fit it on Sky. They couldn't fit the team radio messaging on Sky. There was paragraphs. He was venting. He was absolutely ranting. Anyway, couldn't predict the downfall from there. Hence why Oscar's side of the garage was trying to cover him, and that's fair. Even Lando in the cool down room was asking what happened to Charles in that last stint. He was probably expecting to see him in his rearview mirrors at some point, but it never happened.
Charles had head loss, man. Got a 10-second penalty for trying to kill George.
Charles lost it. He
lost the plot.
Lost it. Lewis is saying we need a new driver, and Charles is absolutely going mental over there. So yeah, it was a Star Wars memes.
Yeah, the Star Wars thing. Because have you ever seen the radio that goes off the screen?
That's what I'm saying.
It went off the screen.
It couldn't fit.
There's that much writing.
Steph, I hear you. If this happened in Monza, I don't think you understand the celebration.
I don't think. I really hope we win Monza, man.
Yeah, I will
I'm not seeing
sacrifice.
that much evidence that we can, but I feel like we can.
Listen,
if it's hot, I need it to be hot. I want these other cars to cook.
Yeah. Listen, I need a double DNF in Zandvoort to trade for.
No, don't even say that out loud.
No,
don't
to trade. I'm
trading. Don't put it in the world.
I'm trading a Zandvoort double DNF for 1-2 in Monza. That's what I'm trading for. That's what I'm trading for.
I need that Monza win, man.
Their plank won't survive Monza. Sarah, as someone who will be in Monza, me too.
Come on, Sarah. We'll pray for you, Sarah, that you see honestly, a 1-2. Yeah. Look, I went to a race this year. I went to Silverstone. I saw a 1-2. Hopefully, I think somebody else here, Steph, I think was it, that went to Hungary. You saw a 1-2. Let's keep the streak going. Anybody out here that was going to a race this year, I hope you see a 1-2.
Yes. Let us know, man. Take that back, please. We have a 1-2 record to break. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Oh, do I revoke it? I need that Monza, man. I need that Monza.
For me, I think the only 2 races that I want to win now, the only 2 races that I want to win, like fully, is Monza and Brazil.
Yeah.
I need Brazil, man.
Monza, Brazil. Of what's left, Monza, Brazil. Oh, man, people are upset, boy. Zach saw 1-2s in Miami. Saw 2 1-2s in Miami.
Yeah, let's go. Hey. You saw 2 1-2s in Miami. Shout out to everybody, man.
Shout out to Hans. What's man talking about? 1-2 in Spa. You guys, I know, like, love me.
Anybody that watches this channel, affiliated with this channel, part of the McLaren Fan TV family, you saw 1-2. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the streak alive.
Chris is saying, look, no, I'm here. I'm not seeing a 1-2. I can't keep on paying.
You focus on why Ferrari are illegal, Fed.
Yeah, they could deal with your illegal car.
You signed up when Ferrari were living life with Schumacher and that. It's looking spooky now, bro. I'll give you 1 hall pass. You can become a McLaren fan if you want.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you get what? Do it at Monza. Yeah, 1 hall pass. We'll give it to him at Monza. Norm says, I really want that Brazil win. Yeah, Brazil will be sensational. Listen, Oscar Piastri, let's talk. Time has flown by, guys. You guys have been, amazing. Silverstone 1-2, of course. Yeah, Drea 1-2.
Drea, you was there as well.
Yeah, 1-2 Silverstone. Oscar Piastri qualifying, same issue as we spoke about already with Lando Norris. We kind of put those kind of 2 together.
Yeah,
the race.
We disregard qualifying.
If you're Oscar Piastri, are you asking how did Lando win that race, or are you asking how did I, Oscar, not win that race?
I think he's thinking, like, how did I? No, you know what? I think he did everything in his power to win that race, and obviously, like I said, the percentage of the strategy comes back to you, man. Like, obviously, they were thinking about 1 stop from early. When you pick that early, then kind of 1 stops off the table. But was there a possibility in the second stint that he could possibly just extend the tires longer so he can have a better tire delta towards the end? Let's say he was on fresher tires. I think he was on 14 lap fresher tires than Lando. So if they extended it a little bit longer, that middle stint, he could have been on maybe 20 lap fresh tires. He would have glided past Leclerc. Obviously, you have a time loss spot. I don't know, man. I think overtaking in Hungary is very, very, very difficult, and you need as much tire as possible. I think they only realized halfway through that middle stint that, okay, we're racing Lando, we're not racing Leclerc anymore. Just because they saw, if you're looking at the numbers and they're looking at Lando and they're thinking, this guy can keep a tire alive and he's going very, very, very fast, it's going to be close. So there was an opportunity to maybe extend that one. But apart from that, everything was kind of out of his control. What could he do? Obviously, the most obvious one is overtake Lando.
Yeah.
In the last couple of laps, but it's very, very difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's Hungary. This is not a walkover. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Obviously, Lando won the race, so his strategy obviously worked better. But was Oscar's strategy still the better one of the 2? When you really think about it, like if you were to do that race all over again, would Oscar change his strategy to a 1-stop, or would he actually, was the 1-stop actually the best, or was it actually Oscar's strategy? It's just like it was a Hail Mary. Lando, look
at this. It diverged and they finished 0.7 behind. The strategies were the same.
Yeah,
in terms of
it was either or.
points of impact. The guy was right there in it. One wiggle, one mistake from Norris, Oscar wins the race.
I was gonna say 5 more.
Then we'll be all talking about Oscar was on a better strategy, or Oscar was on a good strategy. The strategies ended up in the same point anyway. 0.7, they ended up in the same point. It's not like Oscar only got there in the last lap. He was there for a couple laps.
I was gonna say, so five more laps to go in that race. Does Oscar win the race? Based on what you saw.
But one thing I will say is by the time Oscar was there, Oscar's tires weren't good enough. That's why I said he needed more of a tire over. I think he went that fast to try to catch up with Lando that his tires he cooked up, and then the lockout was over.
Yeah, the lockout was 50 pence piece, as Martin Brundle calls it. It was over. It was over. In general, this is a good question from Reincarnation earlier. Which side has the better strategist, in your opinion?
I haven't got enough evidence. I think this is the year you find out.
I guess.
I think on Lando's side, Will and stuff, I think that was just a bit of a Hail Mary. They were like, yeah, fuck it, might as well. Let's do one stop. They had nothing else to lose.
Yeah, they had nothing else to lose, indeed.
I wouldn't say that's like unbelievable big brain strategy, whatever. They literally just had nothing to lose, so they might as well. And it ended up working out. But obviously, next couple of races, you're gonna have a case study. If they really diverge your strategy, then you'll realize, okay, which side has the better strategist. Because obviously there's ones that are what side's the better communicator.
Yes.
But that's what most people evaluate. But if now you're having two people diverging strategies on one side of the garage and another side of the garage, we'll probably evaluate that at the end of the season, and then we can answer that question.
Yeah. I had to remind myself, listen, I'm a McLaren fan. I don't care who wins the race. It just needs to make sure it's papaya and black. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't care less. But there was a part of me towards the end of this race, and I was scratching my head, like thinking, how's Oscar lost this race? Or more so, how has he not won this race if Leclerc is nowhere to be seen?
He wins the race if Lando doesn't exist.
Say again?
He wins the race if Lando does a two-stop or doesn't exist.
Yeah,
something happens when he was on those stints.
It's so funny because if Lando does a two-stop,
like I said, Lando fell into Lando's strengths.
Yeah, it did. It clearly did.
First of all, let's go through the three of them. Yeah, tire wear. Lando's not going to let that tire die. If Lando's asked to do quali laps for 30 laps, he's going to do that.
Yeah,
while keeping the tire in there. So pace, he's got that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the closing laps, if I'm chose to Lando, you need to overtake this guy, or Lando, you need to defend this guy. I'm going to pick Lando, you need to defend this guy.
Yeah.
So he was in a more preferred position where he needs to defend his position, which he's good at.
Yeah.
Or he needs to attack the person on the literally last couple of laps to win the race. I'd rather him be in a defending position. And
the funny thing is, Oscar's a defender.
Oscar overtook Leclerc. Obviously, Leclerc was a non-factor by then.
True, but
then he closed down that gap quite quickly.
He did.
But this is not the track where you're overtaking in the. You're both in the same car, man. You're not in different cars, man.
Besides us guys here and us McLaren folk, right? Oscar's not rated enough, man. In my opinion, he's not rated enough.
I think he's very rated.
Do you think so? Outside of our camp,
outside of just McLaren fans,
yeah.
Listen, look at the coverage and everything like that. I think they think he's up next. He's the up next guy, man.
Okay, maybe it's British media. Maybe it's the British bias side of it. I don't know, but I don't.
The one thing is, I don't think the British media is biased towards Lando. I think he's the least biased towards.
Oh yeah, no. I don't. Let me be clear.
I think they like Oscar a lot. If you look at even pre-race, they will say, "Yeah, Oscar's gonna win." He's highly rated in all media spaces and fan spaces.
I just remember when a young Vettel was like this, like what Oscar's doing. I remember Verstappen when he was like this. I remember Charles when he was like this. Like, I'm not getting that same vibe with Oscar. Is more so what I mean. And like it's almost like because like okay, it's 9 points in it. Obviously, it's 9 points, but I'm sitting there thinking this is not a title race, people. Like Oscar, Oscar won this ages ago. I told you already. He won this ages ago. The
What
point,
DNF is done, you know.
let the DNF come. It's not gonna come. And let me tell you something right now. If Oscar DNFs, Lando will be the first one to DNF beforehand. And Lando's got a DNF ready, no? So if
the fact that he's 9 points behind with a DNF.
I know. And we spoke about the mistakes before, didn't we? It's just that I think there's like Oscar. I think there was a moment in the race where Oscar responds to someone's lap times. He done 2 laps where he just killed it, bang bang, and it was like, yeah, listen, the guy's got the bullets in the chamber. Like when he wants to release, he will. But Oscar can pick and choose his moments. He doesn't have to go gun ho for everything.
Name me a time that's not the opening lap that Oscar's overtaken Lando. This is an open question to everybody. Because if it ain't an opening lap, I don't think I've seen it. He can overtake everybody else. I've seen that many a time.
Yeah. Oh, we know what we know what he's about.
But yeah, listen. One. I will say he's highly rated, man.
Okay.
He's literally highly rated, man.
Let's see what the comments have to say about that as well.
Oh my God, my chair collapsed. Sorry, guys.
Your what?
My chair collapsed. Like that.
Must be swinging like. Let's see what you guys had to say about Oscar Piastri, the whole Oscar of it all. Drea says Oscar had a good race. I was surprised he couldn't stay closer to Charles. The undercut should have been made possible. It looked great last year. He struggled with the medium. The last stint was great. The last stint was fantastic. It was phenomenal. There was a race on his hands there. Reincarnation says, no, Oscar was lucky Leclerc's pace dropped off in the last stint. Ooh, he could have been stuck behind till the end and finished third. What do you think? I mean, yeah, I guess.
If Leclerc still had the pace that he had in the first opening stints, that might have been a disaster. That would have been a disaster.
That could have been something, couldn't it?
But then maybe Leclerc catches Lando, but who knows?
That could have been something.
And that Leclerc, if he caught Lando, Leclerc's got a more straight line speed.
Yeah.
And the DRS actually works, so I don't know.
It works. Rosa said, I think Lando would have won the 2 stops in Oscar's position. His race was on another level. The 2 stops was best strategy. Wow. That's high praise for Lando. Maybe though, maybe
you got to do some overtaking.
Yeah, true. Nom says Lando was good.
One thing has Lando overtaken Oscar to win the race? I don't know. No. I've seen it overtake him in a race a couple times, but
not for
for the win. I think these are the stuff that we're going to see this season, basically.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to see who's got the better craft. Lando is good at defending, so I think he could have held even with an extra.
Once Oscar flat spotted is over,
it was done.
Lando could have done another 20 laps.
Everyone knew it, innit?
Both times would have been cooked.
And the fact there was only one part you could really overtake. Zach says 2 stops was way conventionally quicker. He was within DRS for 5 laps. His strategy put him in a good position to win. It was a good strategy. Lando's strategy only worked because he kept his tires alive. Fair play. Shout out to Lando.
No, guys. I said Lando's overtaken Oscar before. I've seen that loads of times. I'm talking about for the race win. You know what I mean?
For the race win, guys. Rosa said, I don't think
Oscar. Okay, this is where the summertime Oscar's going to be in the lab with Stallard. Lando's going to be on the lab with these guys, and they're going to cook up some strategies. That's what they're going to do.
Do you know what, guys? That's the
thing. You're going to see some exotic stuff. Some people started on different tires. You're going to see. That's what we're going to see in it.
That's what we've got to look forward to, people. Get ready for it in the next half, the final.
And then when your driver don't win, you're going to blame Will.
Blame Tom. Yeah.
Blame Tom Stallard. Blame these guys. Don't blame the driver. Man. This is what's going to happen.
AA Free Archer, what's going on? Says what helped Lando? He was in free air for most of that hard tire stint because Alonso was also holding the grid. Hey, Alonso, yeah.
Alonso is sick. The worst thing is Alonso. I thought he was holding everybody up. Yeah, like maybe his car's slow and he's just out of position and he's just defending well. Like all of a sudden, it just starts driving fast. I'm like, you are sick.
He is a sick man. Okay, injured back here, but he's a sick man. Alonso is a sick guy. Oh,
I need to see this guy in a top car again because we'll see some absolute nonsense, man.
Oh my God, it was good stuff, man. It was good. People are saying, look, I think Lando Norris is highly rated. Ella says Zach Brown said that they were working on Lando's strategy in the first stint. Looks like they had no clue.
Yeah, they were just vibes in, man. Listen, this is why I don't want to hear sabotage or any of that kind of stuff. Or like, oh, it's intentional to kind of get Oscar to lose the race. These guys were vibes in over there. They didn't even know what was going on. Lap 14, they didn't even know what was going on. They were like, oh yeah, might as well go along. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, fair.
They didn't pre-intentionally do that. They didn't even know where they were going to end up.
Yeah, exactly. McLaren fans, Serbia. What's going on, man? Hope you're good. Ferrari fell nicely for McLaren's.
That was so funny, guys.
That was a sensational move.
They were like boxed over to Leclerc. These guys, the pit crew came out like they were going to do something. They went back in. Ferrari fitted Leclerc way too early as well.
Look, I'm clearly wrong, guys. No, I'm saying, look, Oscar's highly rated, Peter. Now Oscar's glaze is crazy. Drea says all people now say Oscar is better than is way better than Lando. Fair enough. Okay, maybe I'm seeing something different.
I think that's the kind of general consensus.
I'm not paying attention.
These pundits, the pundits and fans and stuff like that. I think they would say that.
Yeah, Oscar's very highly rated everywhere.
Even this weekend, Oscar had all these segments, man, with Brundle. He had the videos. He had all of this going on.
Yeah.
This was his weekend.
Steph says the same thing. Very highly rated everywhere from what they've seen. Nom says it's because he isn't controversial like Aiden was back then, and Alonso
maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, Alonso and Max. Yeah, fair enough. Jordan says Oscar basically DNF'd in Australia. Didn't he get like 2 points in that race?
Yeah, that's a big drop off.
Should we say like 2-2?
Yeah, that's basically a DNF. He's still the reason that Lando's close is because of that. That's a big drop because Lando won the race.
Yeah,
Canada, Oscar didn't win the race.
Oh yeah.
In Canada, he finished 4th when Lando DNF'd.
Yeah.
Right.
He finished.
Lando won the race, and this guy finished 9th.
Yeah,
that's a crazy drop.
That's a different drop. Oh, you meant Seb? Okay, yeah, Seb. Yeah, fair.
Seb, boy, come on. Seb, media, but low-key media didn't like Seb though. In Red Bull days, they hated him.
No, I was one of them.
They were actively calling him a new merchant.
Yeah, that was that heavy conversation about he's only in the best car. That's it.
I remember there was like a review or whatever, and they were like for the season, pre-season, whatever. This is like 2010 times or 2011 times. No, actually, 2011 times. They already won a title. Pre-season 2011, they were like, "Oh yeah, who's the best driver in Formula 1?" They were like Hamilton, Alonso. They were like, "No, Vettel. He's not in these conversations."
Bro, I want to know what David Coulthard, what was Coulthard on when he predicted Vettel to win the title in 2010.
Oh yeah. They were laughing at him,
They laughed
at him, bro. On air, they laughed at him when he said, "Yeah, Seb's gonna win the title."
Like back then when they used to call him Vettel.
Yeah.
Not even Sebastian. Yeah, they used to call him Vettel. That's how back it goes. Imagine Alonso in Newey's car. Oh yeah, next year. Damn.
They got an upgrade in over there,
Drea says, look, Alonso knew from the beginning he had to do one stop. He only had one medium, one hard.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Aston Martin are moving crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Though, man, he got a P5, man.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, look, we've gone over time, so let's get into some of the ratings. Pit crew. I mean, come on. If it's not 10,
it is 15 out of 10. This is their highest rating.
I was gonna say, if not 11 out of 10.
This is metronomic. This is metronomic.
1.9.
How do you do 1.94 twice?
Nah. No. They were outrageous.
Pit crew, if you're watching this, what are you lot eating for breakfast?
I want to know who they changed on that front left. That's a new person. Because even that stance was... Listen,
all I heard was two sounds.
That stance was
right
different.
side of the car, and the left side of the car was totally in sync. All I heard was two sounds. So the front and the back were
guys.
off and put on with the same sound.
I saw a lunge, like I saw a lunge take place for that front left. I said, "Yo, these guys are not playing. They're not playing. They've heard us on the channel. They've heard us talk about it." Nom says 11, easiest 10 I'll ever give, says Z. Pit crew gets 100. Thanks to Who Wants to Groove. 100 says Ella. 11 says Drea. 100 out of 10 says Steph. Pit Crew 1.94, 1.94, 212. You know what I mean? Like, let's go.
The cameraman was like, I'm putting pressure on this front left guy. He went, get the lens. He didn't look at anything else. He didn't look at the drive. He didn't say, Lando, I don't care.
Fantastic. Rosa, 10 plus 10 equals 100. 100 out of 10.
100 out of 10.
So it says the way the TV camera immediately zoomed on that front left for Lando's pit. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. The camera focused on that front left. They expected disaster. I know
100%.
they did. If I didn't lost my voice after that race, I would have shouted "mega job" when I saw them after. Yeah, man, you got to just got to shout anyway. You just got to give them whatever you got left. They would have heard you. Easy 10 says double A. 3 Archer. Okay, I think it's a standard. You know what I mean? That's the best performance we've seen in ages. Strategist out of 10. What do we think? I like the fact that they tried something with Lando, and it paid off. Oscar, I guess.
How do we do this now? Because if strategies are diverging.
Oh,
guys, you tell us how we do this.
So summer break. Am I having to split these awards then? Yeah, we have to go Lando strategist versus we can do who won, who's better, who had the better strategy. We could do it that way.
I think Lando had the best strategy.
Clearly. Here's the thing. You don't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket, right? So we can call it luck or we can call it whatever we want, but they bought a ticket.
It's called racing.
Yeah, they bought a ticket.
Strategy is part of racing. We cannot deny it. Obviously, people I think in sports, there's an obsession with fairness and everything like that. Like, everything has to be equal. So my person that I support can show their best, if that makes sense. Yeah, but this sport is way more than just a drive.
I will say this. Yeah, Tom. In terms of who won, Will Jones clearly won this round. Yeah, but Tom, you asked my boy Oscar way too many questions. You asked him way too many questions. Yeah, that's all I'll say. And listen, I know nothing about strategy. I don't know what you guys go through, the amount of data you lot get through, the amount of meetings you lot have discussed, the amount of scenarios you probably go through. The talking, I mean, if I'm understanding it too well, then strategy got us a 1-2, says Archer. Tom 7, Will 10. We're splitting it like this as well, yeah. We are.
Will just played the lottery. You just said, let me just.
Yeah, so listen.
Will and Tom will speak. They speak a lot in it, both of them.
Yeah.
I think obviously this weekend, Tom spoke more.
Yeah.
I think they did some. I think I saw a stat where they talk about who talks the most on the radio this year.
Mate, I'm pretty sure we spoke about.
I saw like a stat, like a graph of who talks the most on the radio and stuff like that. Did it engineer?
Yeah.
Back and forth, yeah. And Oscar and Tom was more than Lando and Will.
Interesting. And yet we feel like Will does it a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's because the broadcast the way they do it.
Broadcast the way, yeah, because you got to go back and watch.
Lando don't respond.
Yeah, Will's just chatting.
I've noticed that this year. Like Will's just chatting. Lando's not responding.
It's true. Ella, it's a good point, man. Why do they like to ask?
Yeah, other teams they'll just say, "How's the tires?" These lot are asking mad questions.
Yeah. Look, I think on this occasion we'll give them a 10 out of 10 because we got a 1-2.
Yeah, we got
when we started 2-3. We started 2-3. We can go 9.5 if we want, but we got a 1-2, guys. And one of them was from third to P1, from fifth.
No, but one person's strategy took him from a position where he was going to win to not going to win. Actually, Oscar was never in a position to.
Not really. Not after that. The thing is,
the whole race he wasn't in the lead. Like I think only one Leclerc boxed first. I think. I don't know. I think the whole Oscar was trying to get ahead of Leclerc. That strategy didn't work.
That didn't work. So is it 9.5 or is it still a 10?
I'll just give him a 9, man. We got 1-2, man. 200 wins, man. Come on, man. We handed it out.
Yeah, absolutely, guys.
Generous. Also, 200 guys. After, if you want to put in the chat or put in the comments, if you like to leave comments, it helps with the algorithm. Tell us your favorite race out of the 200.
Oh yes, we need that. Favorite race out of the 200. Drivers. Let's start off with Oscar Piastri out of 10.
Oscar, I'm gonna give him a 9. I don't think he did anything wrong.
I don't think he did anything wrong.
I'm not counting anything against quality as well. I'm just didn't think he did anything wrong. Neither driver did anything wrong.
Yep. P2,
both drove exceptional.
P2 and P2, right?
Yeah.
That'll do for me. That'll do for me. What about Lando Norris?
I'll give him the same race. I wouldn't say he drove better or anything like that. I think maybe I'll give him a 0.2 because he won. But then obviously you're gonna have to take something off the start. I don't know.
9.5. I'm happy.
I think they both. Do you know what? I'm giving them both 9.
I'd say 9.5 for Lando. He did a bit more. He came from far.
He came from far because he was far, isn't it?
Stem ones. He was 2-0 down. He won 3-2. Like, are we rating the 3-2 comeback? Or do
you rate a 1-0 or 3-2 comeback? I don't know. I'm gonna give them both 9. I don't think one deserves to be rated higher than the other in terms of the quality of drive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, and I'm not giving it them 10s. 10s are now reserved for 20-second wins.
Yeah, no, 10s. He's not getting
when
10s.
One driver is just gone.
It's just Lando getting the same as Oscar is funny to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just Oscar.
He qualified Lando behind him.
Mm.
He ended up P5. Obviously, it wasn't all of his own accord. But yeah, man, I don't think it was a cleaner race than Oscar's. I don't think Oscar made a mistake.
No. But he won. But listen, Steph.
Do you feel like, okay, I can give a 9. You can give a higher one. You said 9.5.
Yeah, I'm saying 9.5.
So you're doing 9 and 9.5.
Correct. That's what I'm doing. That's cool. And you're doing double 9. And Steph, yes, we were 20 plus points, 20 plus seconds rather, ahead of Mercedes.
Yes.
What a weekend. What a way to go into a summer break, people. Lando 8.5. What a way to go into a summer break with statistics like this, right? With 200 race wins in Formula One. Don't forget, in the comment section after the stream, put it in the comments after the stream. We'll comment back. Also, 1-2 again, 4 in a row, and our boys are leading the constructors. Our boys are leading the drivers' championship. This is fantastic. And yeah, quali was 0.015, so what, 1,000th of a second apart, and Lando had a start.
They were equal match to each other this weekend.
Okay. Yeah. Jordan says, look, interested to hear your thoughts on this. If Lando or Oscar, more Lando because of the time he's with the team, won the title this year, they would they eclipse Lewis's legacy at McLaren? No chance.
I think
you got to remember, Lewis's rookie season was one thing. He won the title the next year,
and also like
in
when we weren't good,
serious circumstances.
And I'm not saying that Lando didn't do this when we weren't good, but actually, when we weren't good, he dragged us out the trenches. We were winning races that we had no business winning.
Yeah, true. Factual.
No business winning.
Factual.
2009, we had no business winning any race.
Yeah, how we failed at that so badly is beyond me, though. From champions to 2009.
Hungary, Singapore.
We were winning races, man. Crazy. That's what I'd say, Jordan. I understand the conversation. I understand the question, though. Good question. And it's a good debate as well, to be fair. But yeah, someone said that this is the most vanilla World Drivers' Championship ever.
Do you know why? Because their driver's not in it, and their team's not in it. So just hold. That's
a perfect way.
All of us in this chat right now know that McLaren drivers winning it. They can't say that about their teams. They can't say that about their driver. We're leaving with something. Oh, I didn't realize how dark my screen went. Jesus, is it gone dark like this already? It's crazy. Sun is setting right now.
Sun is setting. Listen, Andrea says 299 points more than Ferrari. Is that a miss into the summer break? We will leave that there. We will leave that
One
there.
more point.
We will leave that there because don't worry. I think we got some fish to fry over there on that one. Guys, we will be back live anyway after the summer break. Mahad, I'm sure we could get some content going, can't we?
We got something in the lab.
Just to wet the appetite.
Do you think we should do one little stream? Should we talk about our favorite McLaren win? You guys put it in the chat, and then if you put it in the comments and stuff, then we'll go through them on that stream. Your favorite wins. I have 3 nominations. You have 3 nominations, and we'll do it midsummer break. It's the dog days. The next race is on what? The weekend of the 29th. So
29th, yes.
We'll do something maybe on the 26th and do a little preview.
Lovely scenes. We are cooking next season, says Honcho, with Nui and Honda. plus third team with the most wind tunnel time when the new rules come in. Listen, how far we've come. Have a great break, everyone. Guys, we'll see you.
Love you guys
On the other side. All right. Peace. Have a good summer. Peace out.